If you want to think more positively, in this video I'm going to show you exactly how, because the truth is, if you're struggling with it, you're probably just approaching it the wrong way. Now, I've tested mindset strategies everywhere: self-help books, therapy, meditation, even psychedelics. And here's what I've learned. Most people miss the key insights because they never dig deep into how positivity actually works. It's not just about forcing happy thoughts. There's a psychology behind it, a framework, core principles that shift your mindset for good. The best thinkers, the most resilient people, they all get this. And today, I'm breaking it all down for you. Here's what nobody tells you about positive thinking. It's not about changing your thoughts at all. The real secret lies one level deeper, in something far more powerful: perception. You see, nothing in life affects you directly. It's all about how you interpret it. That means if you can change how you see things, you can literally change your world. There is no reality, only perception. But the thing is, every one of us has flaws in our perception, and we all have a natural tendency to see through our blind spot and limiting belief. We often see situations through eyes of fear versus through the lenses of opportunity. And so these flaws in our perception keeps us stuck at average. What I'm trying to say is that we each have areas where what we think we see is not actually what we are seeing. We are blind to our blind spots. We see the world not as it is, but as we are, and we don't know what we don't know. One way to really get what I'm saying is to think of it like a stained glass window. Every one of us has a stained glass window through which we perceive everything, and this is nothing more than a filter through which we run all outer experience. It's made up of all the beliefs, rules, and ways of being taught to you by your parents, teachers, peers, and every other influence that has shaped you from the moment you were born. And it's forged from every conversation you've ever had with every person you've ever met and by experience. All this different factors has created a story that you've sold to yourself on how the world works and how you get to show up in it. Remember, we see the world not as it is, but as we are. So if your stained glass window is a mess, your life will become a mess. If your stained glass window contains a rule that insists most people aren't trustworthy or most work is pretty meaningless, then your behavior is bound to match these self-created interpretations of the world outside of you. Now, all this brings up a fascinating question, and I really want you to think about this with me. What if that story you're telling yourself is completely untrue? If you really want to take back control of your life, please just stay open to the notion that freedom lies in developing high levels of self-awareness and thinking regularly about the accuracy of your thinking. And simply consider that your daily thoughts are nothing more than mere reflection of the belief system programmed into you by your parents, peers, and teachers, as well as other influences that have shaped your perception. Most people thinking really isn't thinking. It's actually nothing more than unconscious repetition of thoughts they've been repeating since they were little kids. Most of us, and this is the sad fact, truly don't see reality, and this keeps us locked into mediocrity in life. The truth is, you were made to think brilliantly and see through the eyes of possibility, rather than to think badly and see through the eyes of fear. You really need to know how very important your thinking is. Your thinking creates your reality. You're bound to get more of what you focus on, and your thoughts drive your actions. What holds us back in life is not the external realities, but our internal patterns of thoughts and the way we then behave in the face of those conditions. You need to shed your failure programs. One thing that makes us fully human is our ability to think about thinking. Right now, in this moment, you can sit quietly and think about the beliefs and thoughts that fill your mind every day. As you spend more time in quiet reflection, you'll become more aware of the thoughts you have. With this awareness, you can notice which thoughts no longer help you and make better choices. And with better choices, you'll naturally see better results in your life. So how exactly can you begin to break through your mental barriers and reprogram your mind for success? First, you must begin to think like a winner. You have to take full responsibility for the thoughts you run through your brain. And that means understanding that your mind is no place for even a single negative one. Even one bad thought is like a germ in your mind that attracts more germs to it. Before you know it, your mind has become infected. You can't see clearly, and you can't think straight. You start to see all that's wrong versus all that's right. The infection causes you to look for problems rather than to offer solutions. That sickness forces you to stop innovating, refrain from excellence, and deny your greatness. The disease makes you behave like victims instead of taking responsibility for your life. You honestly can't afford the luxury of even one bad thought if you want to become successful. It's an obvious sign of an unhealthy mind. When your mind is healthy, your stained glass window is clear. So anytime your mind shifts into negative thinking, gently guide it back to thoughts that serves your goals in life. Anytime your mind focuses on difficulties, train it to concentrate only on opportunities. Here's a quick actionable step to stop negative thoughts. Step 1. When you catch yourself having a negative thought, the first step is to stop it in its tracks. Imagine hitting a mental pause button. This interrupts the automatic cycle of negativity and gives you a moment to regain control. Step 2. After hitting pause, take a few deep breaths. Inhale slowly through your nose, hold for a moment, and exhale through your mouth. Focus on the sensation of breathing to ground yourself in the present moment. Step 3. Now, observe the thought without judgment. Ask yourself, is this thought true, or is it just my fear or doubt talking? Is this thought helping me or holding me back? What evidence do I have that this thought isn't entirely accurate? Observing your thoughts creates distance, so you don't get swept away by them. Step 4. Finally, proceed by shifting your focus to something positive or productive. For example, replace the negative thought with a positive affirmation. Focus on a solution or action you can take to address the situation and redirect your attention to a task, goal, or something that brings you joy. Use this technique the next time you catch yourself worrying, doubting, or feeling stuck. With consistent practice, it will become a natural and effective tool for managing negative thoughts. Please also remember that you get your expectations. In other words, expectations within your life become self-fulfilling prophecies. The results you expect are the results you'll see. That's an incredible important thing to remember. For instance, if you're a student and you expect that people at school won't help you and will disappoint you, you'll act in ways that match that belief. You might keep to yourself and avoid sharing ideas. You'll work alone instead of teaming up with others. This behavior will make your classmates see you as distant, uncooperative, and hard to trust. As a result, they won't support you. Your expectation will have become self-fulfilling. We never act in a way that is inconsistent with the way we see ourselves. Human beings just don't behave in a way that's not congruent with their expectations. If you found this helpful, give this video a like, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more videos like this.